Now at 4:30 on WKYT this morning, a search is underway this morning on the Kentucky River after emergency crews say a man disappeared last night. The latest on those search efforts next. Cyclists are paying their respects today for one of their own who was killed over the weekend. We'll hear from the victim's friends coming up. And we have an update this morning on the search for the next Fayette County school superintendent. That story and a lot more, including your weather, on WKYT this morning.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT News and welcome in. I'm Bill Bryant. It is Memorial Day and we have a lot going on. We'll get to the news in just a moment, but let's check in with meteorologist Jim Caldwell, who's in this morning to let us know what you'll be dealing with out there.
And it looks like for the most part over the next several hours, most of us will stay on the dry side, Bill, but showers and thunderstorms will start creeping into the area as we head into the afternoon and evening. That's going to be the peak time. There might be one of these showers that we're tracking out here now, one of those rogue showers, maybe in our area here before noontime, but better chances will happen later on in the day. Our Memorial Day forecast looks like this. We'll be tracking chances of showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and into the evening hours, and our daytime high should come in right around 83 degrees. We'll take a look at the very rainy forecast ahead coming up for you in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit, Jim. Thank you. We're tracking a developing story out of Mercer County this morning. Several crews from surrounding counties are looking for a person who witnesses say went missing in the water. The crews were called out to the Brooklyn Bridge off US 68 at the Palisades just after 6 o'clock last night. Witnesses told firefighters they saw someone fall off of a jet ski and into the water. Authorities say two people were having some mechanical issues with their jet ski and tried to fix it on the water. The jet ski driver told firefighters that he turned around and his passenger wasn't there.
We actually will have, hopefully, a dive team from the Lexington Fire Department here in the morning to assist us. And that's what our efforts are focused at right now, is trying to not muddy up the waters a whole lot, because the divers work more with visibility than they do anything else.
Crews are asking people to avoid the area while they search. New this morning, a woman is recovering after a shooting in Lexington. Officers say about 12:30 this morning at Russell Cave Plaza, two women got into a fight. Police say a man handed a gun to one of the women, telling her to shoot the other. They say she fired, but the round hit the ground and asphalt hit the woman in the leg. The victim was treated at the scene, and police say no arrests have been made, but they know who the suspects are. Those who knew her say she always had a smile on her face. A Central Kentucky community is remembering a teenager who was killed in a crash. Police say 13-year-old Emily Sams died Saturday morning on I-64 in Scott County. Friends and family gathered for a vigil last night at Bourbon County Middle School. WKYT's Jordan Valines was there talking to those who knew Sams.
Here tonight to remember Emily.
In life, we meet certain people whose impression on us is long-lasting, people who inspire us, change us for the better.
We have 600 children every day in the school. Then, you know what it's like to see one leave us too early.
Even in Emily Sams' 13 short years here on Earth, the number of lives she touched could be seen at Sunday's vigil to honor her.
Emily was always very happy and always very sweet to everybody.
During the ceremony, they celebrated Emily's passion for life while reflecting on the good times they shared with her and the unforgettable memories they made.
She taught me that doing your hair and dressing up for guys and none of that stuff mattered. And on Friday we passed each other in the hallway and I had my hair curled and she said, "I wish you would wear your hair like that all the time."
She's described as a standout in the classroom, a leader on the volleyball and basketball court, and an overall inspiration.
First thing that I thought about was her seat at lunch. You know, I know where she sits every single day. And, you know, Tuesday when we come back, you know, she's not going to be there. And
As the community continues to cope with the news of her untimely death, they'll also continue to be inspired by the way she lived her life. In Bourbon County, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
And Emily's mother, Shella, is still in critical condition at UK Hospital. State police in Richmond have now identified the victim killed in another deadly wreck from over the weekend. Troopers say 54-year-old Patricia Hobson from Irvin died Saturday in a crash on I-75 near Madison County, there near the Clays Ferry Bridge. Police say a van was traveling northbound on the interstate when the driver ran off the road into an embankment and then flipped. The impact of the crash ejected Hobson, and she later died. Emergency crews took the driver to UK Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. This morning, cyclists are remembering a man who was hit and killed over the weekend. 57-year-old Mark Hinkle was a part of the annual Horsey 100 in Georgetown. Police tell us that on Saturday he was on Lemons Mill Road when a driver crossed the center line and hit him head-on. The Horsey 100 finished yesterday without him. WKYT Sam Smith has that story.
I saw Mark in the starting line circle, and we talked about the ride, and I said, have a great ride, I'll see you when you get back.
57-year-old Mark Hinkle was riding in the Horsey 100 on mile 99 of the 100-mile ride before he was hit and killed by a car.
It's really, really hard.
Pam Thomas runs the event and was close to Hinkle. She couldn't get on her bike Sunday.
No, just, I just wasn't feeling it. I know some people did. My husband did. He thought he wasn't going to be able to ride, but then he thought, you know what? I'm going to honor him by riding.
This was the first fatality in the event's nearly 40-year history.
It can happen to anybody on the road. So, there's a personal part of it, I think, for people, too, in that you're just out there doing what you should be doing and you're not doing anything wrong, and just like that, something can happen.
A roadside memorial sits along Lemons Mill Road where it happened. Cyclists stopped at the site to say a prayer before continuing on, and there was a moment of silence in his memory before everyone went home. He's a man that will be missed.
Mark was a really, really nice, really giving man who loved his bike, loved his family more than anything. Just a great guy.
In Georgetown, Sam Smith, WKYT.
And cyclists are planning a memorial bicycle at the scene of the wreck. An investigation is underway this morning in Wayne County after a fire there killed 3 people. The fire broke out at a mobile home in Monticello around 4:15 Sunday morning. The Wayne County coroner believes that Hobart, Lorena, and James Piercy all died from smoke inhalation.
They was nice and kind, lovable. My mom and dad loved kids. James did too.
The coroner says no foul play was involved. The troopers tell us that autopsies will not be performed. State police are still investigating a deadly fire in Estill County. That fire broke out at a home on Ann Street in Irvin Saturday morning. Investigators say a couple died in the fire. The coroner has not released their names yet. Neighbors say they did what they could, pulling out one of the victims from the home, but he did not survive.
They just like part of the family around here, because it's a tight-knit community, and everybody knows one another, and everybody gets along good, and they just, like I say, he'd be missed, him and her both.
Investigators are still looking into the cause of that fire. News time 4:38 now on WKYT this morning, and it was 2 years ago today that a Bardstown police officer was killed in the line of duty, and the person responsible is still on the loose. Officer Jason Ellis was gunned down during an ambush on the Bluegrass Parkway back in May of 2013. And while a huge reward has been posted, police have not made an arrest in the case. On Friday, Kentucky State Police released a video of Ellis's wife, Amy, asking for anyone with any information to step forward.
Do not hide in the dark shadows any longer. Have the courage to help end this horror and show that justice can prevail.
State police say the reward fund is up to $185,000 for tips leading to an arrest and conviction. Well, the Fayette County School Board has decided that they will accept a special committee's redistricting proposals. The board accepted the committee's proposals Friday. The committee has been working to develop new boundaries in anticipation of 3 new schools coming in the next 2 years. School leaders say 5,000 students will be affected by the redistricting proposals, and 1,600 of them will be switching schools. The school board has also wrapped up its transition to a new search firm that will find a new superintendent. School officials say Lexington-based McNamara Search Associates now has all of the information from applicants who are interested in becoming the next Fayette County Public Schools superintendent. The board hired a new firm after they fired search firm ProAct following what they call disturbing allegations against the CEO. The board hopes to name a new superintendent who can start in July. WKYT This Morning is just getting started. Nice to have you with us here on Memorial Day morning. Moms every day moms sometimes get the baby blues, and they're not alone at that. Moms Every Day has tips for sad dads. That's coming up this morning.
And it looks like we'll be tracking some showers and thunderstorms as we head through the day today. Better chances tomorrow. We could be talking about severe weather for your Tuesday. We'll take a closer look coming up.